Hey everybody, it's Deloaded here, and I'm back in the Minecraft Beta 1.7. I'm just going to give you another update and tour of the DonFuer world that we have going on, because there's been so much construction, and so many people have joined and come out to build with us. It's been a really great time. I think we're going to start on the edge of town, and I'll show you all of the sugarcane and stuff that people have been growing down here. This is like the world's largest sugarcane farm, built by Nulsidor. Huge, huge sugarcane farm. You can actually see it on the map. It's that giant green blotch. And he built this gigantic barn farmhouse thing to go with it. It looks like there's not too much on the inside of this, but he did at least put in a staircase. So, very cool. Very cool indeed. The sun's going down, so I'll sleep to make it daytime here real fast. Ah, yes. What a refreshing night's rest. Okay, so here I am back in the world. This house I don't think was here last time. This is Peter's cabin. Here's a sign where Metal Bunny killed me and Lucan the other day in the last episode. You probably saw that. We got up to some pretty funny shenanigans. Everyone started killing each other and duping. I mean, that's just part of the game. That's how things go, especially in early versions of the game. Here's a diamond block house. I tried to discourage them, but there was nothing I could do. Once word of the dupe got out, everybody was duping. This is another wonderful house built by Maximum Chris. I really like the dock he included. And I like this entranceway. I think that's really creative. I mean, fences are severely limited in this version. They don't even connect to adjacent blocks. And there's a ton of restrictions with how you can place them. So this is actually pretty cool. A nice interior. I mean, he has floors at least, and he's got some furnaces in there. And this is like the loft type area. It's actually kind of a nice area. Bigger on the inside. Bigger than you would have expected on the inside. There's not too much over this direction. I did actually fill out the entire map over there. So I know what's over there. We are going to update this soon. Here is Musk Wizard and Nulsidor's cabin. Looks like mostly what they were doing in here was just smelting things. And then there are a couple more houses over there and a whole freaking castle that wasn't there last time. All this was built by other players that joined. I built a ton of extra stuff over there too, and I'll show you all of that later on in the video. So this is somebody's house. I don't remember who built this. I'm looking for a sign or something somewhere. Big house, lots of rooms, lots of connected like balconies and like patio type stuff. A really nice house by 1.7 standards. Really nice. In beta, these would be like top tier. These are like top tier houses in beta. Another nice house. This one has a carpet, a wool carpet. All right. It's looking pretty nice. Looking pretty nice. I'm a little bit tired right now, guys, so forgive me if I am lacking in enthusiasm. I do truly enjoy seeing all these builds. This is a huge freaking castle. I hadn't gotten close to this and taken a look at it. It doesn't look like there's anything on the inside yet. Oh no, wait a minute. There is at least a way up. Okay, this is neat. The floor pattern. And these little torch blocks. A balcony with a pretty epic view of the whole city. Wow. This is truly a city. Last time I said it was a town. I think we have to upgrade the status. This is now the city of DonFuer. That's what we're calling it. DonFuer Beta. And I think that is obviously a spot where you're supposed to jump off. Back up in the main town, I have a lot of new stuff to show you. This house over here is basically the exact same design as this one, except it is slightly larger and it has wool instead of sand for the wall filler material. No one lives in here yet, but it's just another nice house to go with the other one, and it fits the theme of everything going on up here inside the town. Metal Bunny's house is still not done. Let me turn the music down a little bit. There we go. Now let me show you Max's tower. So I think in the first video I actually mentioned that I was planning on making kind of a watchtower over here, but Max told me he wanted to put his own tower design, and I was like, all right, man, go for it. And I am mightily impressed. For beta, this looks really, really cool. There's a lot of depth going on, which is, again, very impressive. I like this door frame thing. Let's go inside. Lots of floors to this thing. It is very tall. The balcony provides a really nice view. And then all the way up, it transitions into kind of the same tower design as the tops of those other towers. So excellent addition to the base. Something good needed to go into this spot, and Max definitely delivered. The other big change is there's now a railroad which travels somewhere very special. I'm going to get on a minecart and show you where this goes in just a second. But I also want to show you this kind of watchtower design that I came up with. This, I think, is a little bit less town friendly and a little bit more fortification focused. Like, that tower over there is very much like a civilian tower, whereas I would classify this tower as much more of a military tower. And that's because it doesn't have the timber frame top to it. It just has crenellations for you to shoot arrows. So this houses the minecart system. This is actually substantially upgraded. I only built like the basic rail. Someone upgraded this. Let me get on a minecart real fast and I'll show you where this goes. Is that weird that the minecart isn't making any noise? Maybe in beta it just doesn't make noise. Alright, so just as the sun sets, you're going to see the buildings over here. There's a huge mansion that I built the other night. I'm very proud of this. As well as an additional house right here. This building actually houses the nether portal. I'm going to hop out real fast. There we go. Here's a stop. Oh, that's cool. So here's the train station. I'll show you this building first. This is the Red Knights Guild. Now this is the guild hall for knights that travel through the nether. Hence why they're called the Red Knights. Yeah, I know, it's a very original name. But inside we have a nether portal and wonderful balcony supplies for going into the nether, although most of the supplies seem to have been just straight up stolen. We do have kind of a balcony here, and there is a bed. So I went ahead and skipped the night again so I can show off this mansion. So the railroad keeps going, and it goes all the way to spawn. We're not going to go over there because there's not very much of interest, and I don't actually think it's completed. But I want to show off this mansion. I am so proud of this build. This is, I mean, really, I think, pushing the limits of how good you can get in beta. There's a lot of block texturing. There is, you know, a decent amount of depth with these arches. There's, you know, good windows. And the slabs, I think, are used. I think this is a really excellent use for slabs in stone builds, to have them be like floor separators. That's actually something that I came up with for building in this version that I straight up might even use on 1.12 or even in 1.19, just because I think it looks really nice. Like, I could imagine picking this building up, putting it in 1.12, and the only thing that you would have to change is you'd have to make these upside down stairs and swap the glass blocks out, and that's all you'd have to do, and it would still look good. So, you know, to me, I'm really proud of this. It's also huge for beta. This is pretty huge. So I've got this yard area that is kind of fortified. There's spruce trees. I want to put more things in here, some flowers maybe. We are going to update the server to 1.8 beta soon, and when we do, I think I'll put like melons or something out here. 1.8 beta is going to add a lot. It adds a lot of things to explore and do. But it also adds melons. So here we are. The castle has a full interior. I've got, this is like a kitchen / supply area here. Hopefully no one has stolen all my stuff. Well, okay, they stole the wood. The food is still here. I have a massive amount of food stockpiled. Bread and pork chops. Pigs seem to just spawn and despawn randomly in this version, so if you see pigs at all, there is no reason why you shouldn't just kill them all, because they're going to respawn very fast. Ooh, there we go. Here's the next room over. We've got this giant meeting room here. I was pleasantly surprised to find out that my favorite chair design actually still works in beta. This is a design that, you know, is very classic. You know, one of my favorite chair designs, and it still works in beta because it doesn't involve upside down stairs. Tables, on the other hand, I think are a lot harder to do. I unfortunately, basically for this giant table, just had to use full blocks because you can't place a slab floating, basically. Like, you can't place a half slab. So, yep. This is kind of like a fireplace area with a forge. This is supposed to be like an anvil. Over here, I think I've got, you know, small amounts of iron that I've been collecting. I'm going to show you the down here area, this wing of the castle. I converted it. So now see, we're in this section. This wing of the castle, I converted it into an indoor greenhouse farm. And this in beta is absolutely essential. Crops are super fragile. If you step on them at all, they'll break. If animals step on them, if mobs step on them, they'll break. And because fences are so finicky and there's not like a gate, there actually is no fence gate, it's really hard to farm outside. So I'm doing some indoor farming here. This floor does not have farm stuff in it yet. It's going to. And then I also have a kind of a basement level with even more farming space that is not fully filled out yet. I didn't have enough seeds, but I'm gonna harvest this, and then this will probably produce enough bread to fill up the rest of the food chest. So I am well stocked here. Everything you would need to survive is in this castle. Let's go ahead and check out one of the other floors of the castle. So this is kind of an unused room at the moment. When enchanting tables get added, because we are going to slowly update this, is what I'm thinking. I think we'll go to beta and we'll spend maybe a week on beta 1.8. We'll go to beta 1.8. And then if people are getting bored, maybe we'll go to the official release, the 1.0 version. I don't want to go beyond that. I think we'll just, I don't know, maybe we'll shut it down at that point. But this room would be great for an enchantment table room. Or maybe just a library. There's no reason why I can't collect books now. So up here, I mean, there are other things up here. There's kind of a bed, and then this room's a little bit unused. And then there's another room up there, but it's very small. But let me show you the rest of the upstairs. So this is my wonderful hallway area with these bushes, these big plants. I'm actually quite proud of this detail. If I were in newer versions of the game, this could actually be a composter block. That looks pretty good. But because it's just 1.7 beta, I have to just use a log. This room is unused. This room is unused. There's also kind of an attic area that is very much unused. Let me show you the master bedroom, which is in here. This I'm really proud of. This huge bed that has like the overhanging, I don't know what this is called, but those giant beds in like castles in Victorian era England always have the huge like overhanging thing. This is another furniture design that I would definitely take into newer versions of the game. And then I have glowstone lamps and stuff all around the room just as further decoration. So that is the house tour, the castle tour. And yeah, the upstairs area here. Very unused, probably will get used for storage or something. And there's a little balcony here that kind of overlooks this. I'm not sure why I put a balcony like this. I could just make this a solid wall. But I actually can't turn this into wood because it'll screw up the bed frame that I have going on down there. So I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place on that one. Here's some more shots of the exterior of the castle as night begins to fall. I hope you kind of enjoy the view here. Wait a minute.